Okay, so this is just going to be a quick overview of our LX lighting, our Hubbell LX lighting controls network. Actually, we have multiple of these out here at the facility. So essentially what we have here, this is the main relay panel. This is one of the touchscreen tablets, obviously within a longer cord, so I can sit down here and work on it. These touchscreen tablets are first gen touchscreen from what I can tell. They're pretty clunky, but they do work. This is a good one here, or it seems to be a good one. I keep it separate from the others. I try to keep one at every unit, but this is the one that I primarily use when I'm controlling from the building. The other thing we have is we also have an interface. I think that's like a Gen series. It's just some sort of interface that we have plugged into our phone system. Our IT guy set that up, but it allows us to remotely log into these systems from the office and set everything up and make changes from our office. So making the changes is a whole lot easier and quicker than having to manually cycle through each setting here on this controller. So once again, you have your tablet controller, primary panel, and then our interface and modules. I am not an expert when it comes to LX lighting controls. I have spent a lot of time reading the manuals. There's a lot to these that I do not understand as far as where the actual brain of the system is and all that kind of stuff. But my hope is that this just allows an average technician or maintenance man to be able to program these systems and to kind of keep things up and going from a maintenance standpoint. Hubbell's technical support is lacking. There's about 2 guys that will answer questions. Both of them talk way over my head, so I've not found them very helpful. But anyway, so what we have is each of these is a relay. Each relay has a power feed coming in from your breaker box down here at the bottom. So this is panel C. This is all of my lighting controls, fan controls, everything that this panel controls. So you're going to have your main power feeding the relay, and then this relay essentially is controlled off of a computer that switches the relay and allowing the power to leave and go to the actual fixture. So each of these you have your relay number 1 is currently in the off position because the light's not lit, but we can push this button and we've turned it on. Off. So the first thing I had to do when I came in and started working on these systems was figure out what everything did. And we had a little tiny kind of a layout here, but it was never filled in. I had no clue what did what. So we literally had 2 radios, and one guy walked around, he would hit a switch, and I would just watch the light turn on. And he would say, I'm in bunk room A, and he would hit the lights and it would bring that relay on. So I just wrote everything down and I came up with this. So this is critical. So this is our building triplex 3. We have the panel and the relay number here. So relay number 1 controls my exterior lights, wall hanging and post lights. There is not a switch station in this building for this relay. This relay is solely controlled off of I have it set up on its own group, but I have it controlled off of a schedule. And so it's critical to come up with this. So we have description, the circuit number. So my breaker number 9 in panel C will turn the power off to that relay. Doesn't turn the power off to the whole panel, it just turns the power off to relay number 1. Okay, and then we have our groups. So once you get all of this set up, then you can actually start programming your groups and your schedules. So I've got a video on programming groups and I've got a video on programming schedules, but you essentially go in and you can program your groups and your schedules once you know what does what. And that's it. So the way I have it set up here is my group 1, exterior hanging lights, post lights, blah, blah, blah. And that is relay number 1. Group number 2 actually has 3 relays in it. Relay 2, 11, and 30, which are my exterior can lights, front porch lights, back deck, and overstep lights, can lights. And then my schedules down here. Once again, your schedules turn them on, then your schedules turn them off. So you have one schedule for the on action, one schedule for the off action. And that's pretty much it with the panel. The interface, I'm not real familiar with how all that works. That's your main power pack in there. I've not had to do much troubleshooting with that. Your controller, just a basic overview. You'll open it up. You have schedule, system inputs. An input is going to be a switch station. This is where you'd program your switch station. You can have a motion sensor. These little guys right here, about $250 a piece. I don't know why you would ever need that. If you need a motion sensor, just hardwire it up to a standard 120 volt motion sensor. Dry contact modules, I've never fooled with any of these. I don't know what that does exactly. And then photo sensors, that would be like a dusk to dawn. You could mount one of those outside to the building, and then you can program, I believe, now we don't have any on this controller, but if you were to purchase a photo sensor, you would mount it outside, feed to the panel, and then you can control your schedules or control stuff through your dusk to dawn, your photo sensors. It'll be your system inputs, schedules. You can view schedule, edit schedule, clear a schedule, and name a schedule, and holiday schedules. So groups is kind of the same thing as schedules. View group, edit group, name group, clear group. System settings, date and time, open and close. I don't have any of this, the open and close set up for any of the thing we have. This is mainly just for, I would guess, a storefront. There may be a way to set up a schedule in there where one schedule will both do the on action and off action. I have not done that. I just found that it's easy. We have plenty of room in these panels for creating schedules, so I've just done schedule 1 on, schedule 2 off. And your alert settings, astro clock, hours of operation, after hours, off sweeps. I've not fooled with this at all. Once again, I think these three here are going to be more related to a business. The only let's see here, presets, I have no idea what presets is. As soon as you click on it and you want to view a preset, it pulls this up into preset 2, preset 3. I should probably do some research on those. I might do it and get back with you guys or do another follow-up video, but I'm not sure what those even do. And then we have special functions here, diagnostic, tablet settings, security, relay. So most of all that's pretty self-explanatory, and that's it. So that is a basic overview of the system. And then once again, you have your switch stations here. This is a single button coming out of a 3-button box, and each switch station, when you pull this cover off, give me just a minute while I've got you guys trapped here. We'll pop this cover off, because I think the majority of folks, this is going to be as far as you go with these systems. So once you pull this guy off, you have your dials back here that basically set the switch number, and that correlates with your system input. You just go in, you'll set this to like if you want this to be, well, this switch was, you can see here the top arrow is 0, second arrow is 0, third arrow is 7. So this was switch number, or switch station number 7, and it's a single toggle switch. So you set this, you put it into the circuit, and this is DC voltage, and you program this guy, and it communicates with the motherboard here. So this can be your on and off action for any particular relay. You can actually also control a group with them. So those are your basic switches. They come, we have them all the way up into a 6-button configuration. So hope that helps somebody, and that's it.